Alrighty, welcome back to another and the final episode of this Soul Series boss rankings. Once again, I am joined by, introduce yourselves.
This is Dangelo Johnson YouTube here, best random gameplay across all of YouTube. Check out my streams, I play a little bit of everything. Also Dangelo Johnson on Blue Sky and Dangelo Johnson coming to TikTok short.
And that'll be down in the description, and then also we have here. Go ahead. Introduce yourself. Say a word. You got this. Any day now. We're on a time restraint.
Can you
How
not
long
hear
you-
Box?
Can you not hear me?
Oh, now I can
Box
hear
is
you.
talking to you.
I've been talking to you the whole time, and I introduced
Box is
myself
still
3
talking
times.
to you.
Now he's talking. he did not say anything that whole time.
I've
He
been
did-
talking the whole time.
He literally said, "I'm a cat." That was his intro, but
All right, good enough. Anyways, all right, let's go ahead and rank these last ones. Some of them are really good, and by some of them I mean like probably about 3 of them, and then the rest are, give or take. The Nox duo was the one in the Celia City. They're the one that have like the weird hammer whip thing and the scythe whip thing, or the sickle whip.
I just fought them. I didn't know they were special.
They kind of aren't, to be honest with you. I'd probably put them in D tier. Pretty
Okay, throw
pretty
them in the D
immediately.
tier.
Throw 'em in the D tier.
I thought I was
Yeah.
getting invaded in the D.
That's exactly what it is. They kind of feel like a low-level invasion. Omen Killer. It's not fair for somebody this cool to be a boss when they're also a regular enemy. I would put him also
It
in
makes
D
me
tier.
sad though, because he would have been a cool boss.
He would have been a cool boss by himself, but Omen Killer's not even a name. Omen Killer's a title.
Just a blind
So-
Just-
brand.
Yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately, I gotta put him in D
Kirkland,
tier, just
Omen
like
Killer.
anybody else who's a boss, but also just a regular enemy. Patches. I mean, obviously, we're gonna put him all the way down here in F tier. Why would I ever go all the way to S? In what world?
Man, Patches is S tier. What are you talking about?
I will not agree to those terms and conditions. He literally stops fighting and cowers and says, "Okay, I give up." Like the little bitch he
So you
is.
put Patches in F tier?
Yeah.
He's putting Patches.
Where else would I put him? He's a cameo. That's not a boss.
Yeah,
That's
I'll say D tier with the rest of the. I don't have any problems with Patches. I feel like F tier sees me after class. D tier is just passing. Like
he's not even
F tier, I have
passing.
problems
You
with.
fight him for 5 minutes and then he's like, "Oh, I give up. I'm sorry."
Right, but the fight's not bad.
He
You
stops
put
fighting
Pinwheel in
halfway.
S tier. I don't want to hear it from you.
Look, that's different. All right. Do you really want me to move him up to D tier?
Yes.
Yes.
I hope anybody who watches this video hates the both of you because of that. He belongs in F tier. He sucks. He doesn't even. He gives
Nah,
you
everyone's
one good
gonna say
item to
S tier.
buy from him afterwards. But whatever. I won't dwell
He's
on
not
it
a
too
bad
long.
boss fight. His cave isn't that bad, so.
Onyx Lord. This guy also becomes a regular enemy. He's not as frequent or anything, but he's part of the guys that do the gravity spells. That you'll find that'll just kind of
Yeah.
manifest out of nowhere. So again, another D tier kind of enemy. It's fun to get those gravity spells and everything, and they look unique, but not much is explained about them, and they're not really anything crazy.
Perfumer Trisha.
Yeah, there's other perfumers. They're cool.
Yeah, they're cool,
Ye-
but it's just another bot character.
Yeah. And now
Played him.
we're gonna rank every tree spirit. Ulcerated tree spirit, doesn't matter, rotten tree spirit, those damn fucking tree dragon pieces
Low
of
C or
garbage.
high D?
No,
Those
F
guys,
tier.
Low D.
No,
Okay, then.
absolutely
I'll
F
take
tier.
an F
I'll
tier.
put it at top of F tier, maybe. I don't like fighting any of them. Even if I'm overpowered, I don't like
I don't
fighting them. They're annoying.
I don't like fighting giant enemies. I find them kind of whackish, but you know.
But this is a mobile giant enemy at that. That also has a fucking grab move. That, yeah, eventually once you get to learn the game, it's easy to dodge. But the putrid one and the blood one are probably the two worst ones you have to fight. Mainly because of either their environment or just their effect. Getting rotted sucks.
Don't you have to
and
fight one in the
blood,
rot?
That's this one. Putrid tree spirit.
Uh,
And then there's also the
yeah.
blood
I
one,
don't
which
know, I
is
fought
even
the one-
worse.
Yeah,
There's
but
like
the rot one can be rotted and it bleeds. I don't know. It took me like 2 tries to kill the rot one, so I don't know. I guess because
You
I
can-
had an easier time with him, I think he's an alright fight. But yeah, F tier. I'm okay
I-
with it. He wasn't
I don't-
anything memorable.
Yeah, I remember them
I
all right
remember
for
him
being
'cause he's
annoying.
a piece of crap.
But
Screw
you know
that
what? They're
guy.
also just another way to get a golden seed, which kind of sucks too, but it is what it is. Radagon of the Golden Order. I mean, for a final boss
Like final.
before
He's
the
going way
Elden
up there.
Beast, his story is like pretty
I'll put him in a
good.
B. Though. All right, you
give him
gotta stop
A.
that story shit.
But-
But I'll give you a B.
This game story
him a
The
high
though,
D.
story is really good. I'd give him A for the story. even.
he birthed the
Like,
rest of
Alright,
this
low A.
lineage. I think I'm fine with him being at B tier. I think he's above Margit.
I feel like him and Moog
Yeah.
are pretty close. Him, Moog, and Margit are all fighting, but Margit has a cooler transformation. If he transformed into something beside. See, but you have to do him into Elden Beast, and he's super easy once you know him. So he just becomes a doll, like he just becomes a punching bag on the way to fucking.
He does become
The
literally a
Elden
weapon for the Elden Beast. He
I
turns
just
him
liked
into a sword.
Radagon's fight in general.
But yeah, it is cool. Like the hammer
Oh, that's
thing,
what the
and
sword is.
yeah, it's his body. You don't see the hand come out the ground, grab him, and he literally just morphs into his sword. In the way of a cross, kind of like Jesus, kind of inspired. But yeah, no. The golden hammer and the weapon you get, and it's pretty cool in that he's like half a corpse that's just still like holding on. Imagine him in his prime, especially with that sword, or the Golden Order's great sword, which is like the opposite of the one Ronnie gives you. Red Wolf of Radagon. I mean, I think this just you know what? He was kind of hard when you first fight him. Just because you didn't expect a wolf to do magic and also just be super mobile and beat the hell out of you.
You should
the
be
magic
way up there.
you didn't
but-
you didn't expect him in the Magic Academy of all places either. You're like, what is a wolf doing inside this building?
Oh, I know it's the Magic Fox Wolf. Yes, yeah, I'll put him in a high
Just
C.
random wolf in the Grace room. What the heck?
I don't know if I can put him at C tier. There's more red wolves that
I
have
would
magic.
Put him in C tier.
I'll put him at D tier if you want.
Wait, there's more wolves?
Yeah,
I didn't do Ronnie's shit, so I don't know if you see more wolves if you down that way.
yeah, there's more. Well, there was some in Siafa River, the underground place. And I know you fought one, because I remember us fighting it. There was a bunch of those beastmen near it. But anyways. Rykord,
Oh, yeah.
Lord of Blasphemy,
Blasphemy. On that fight.
the snake dude, the guy who got devoured by the snake. Now, visually, the fight's fun. Unfortunately,
I'll
they
put him
did
in
that.
A tier. I don't know about you.
They did that thing where they kind of, hey, big enemy, here's wind weapon that does big slash or big.
But you can dual wield them.
Here's free weapon.
But you
here's-
can dual wield them and it
here's
works.
the
and
weapon to
it's
win.
badass.
Here's the weapon to win. I mean,
A tier.
it's still cool. It's still a cool fight. And if you're somebody who, like me, decided to fight it without having to do that and had the toughest fight of your life, I had to do the second go around with him when I did that. That was not easy. I did not use that Serpent
I'll be
Hunter on the
honest.
second time I fought him, but the first time I did. Because
Dueling Serpent
Kareem
Hunters
actually
against him
showed me. He was like, "What do you mean you're having a hard time? There's a weapon in the arena." And I was like, "Huh?" And then he showed me. I was like, "Oh." It's like, I guess I was doing this the hard way.
I don't actually like that, but that's just me. I don't.
You don't like Riker?
It's like, oh, here's an easy way to beat him.
Yeah, that's the only
I don't
reason
know.
I don't feel
About
like
that.
he.
Well, even with it being easy, he still has attacks to make up for it. Because if he didn't have the weapon, it'd be damn near impossible. Because his attacks are just goofiness.
That thing where he's
Always
below,
one-rounded
like.
him, though, because of that weapon. It's so
Yeah, that thing, and also when he's below
I mean, Robert did it without
35%
the weapon.
HP. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was not easy. I'll give it that. Because having to step in that lava sucks. But there's ways
Yeah.
around it.
And when you have two
But,
of them and you do jump attacks, it looks cool. I could imagine doing that boss fight again with the Doom soundtrack playing in the background. Dueling Serpent Hunters.
He's also just like a really crazy boss, like snake thing, you know? You don't expect he does a Voldemort and he's on the back of the head. Also, when he gets to below 35% health and he does the crazy skull explosion moves, where just skulls start raining down from the sky and you have to dodge him and hope that he just runs out. I hate that part.
That's what I was
but
talking about. Like, trying to
Yeah.
do it without the Serpent Hunter. It's like, I mean, if you kill him quick enough, I guess you don't really get to see it. But if you're fucking around and having fun because you're using the big ass Serpent Hunter, it gets a little nuts. And I was
Yeah.
definitely fucking around with Kareem. Look, it works with two of them.
Yeah, it was. It doesn't do double the damage though. It just makes a different, attack go off.
Animation.
Yep. Scaly Misbegotten. F tier.
Actually, I think I did do double the damage because he fucking disappeared. It's just really hard to
Nobody's-
hit him with it because dual weapons poke down.
Yeah, but they have like a crouch hit animation that's super fast and it can pretty much knock him pretty quickly if you just spam
I
it.
never use crouch hits. I always forget about those moves.
Oh, are you kidding me? The Berserk Sword crouch hit, anything like that, where it's just like a really quick stab, and the distance you have with it too is like probably one of the it's something that was used in the PvP for a long time, going all the way back to like Dark Souls like 3 or 2 or something. Like it's just a really quick stab, and it always has a lot of range. So people had to like condition themselves when fighting against that to like not be in that type of range. But anyways, Scaly Misbegotten, if you guys have any sort of argument for him not to be at F tier, go right ahead. But
Wait, where'd you see? That's the thing I was just trying to fight alongside the fucking crystal thing on the randomizer. Yeah, fuck that thing. I had to turn around. I actually had to leave. I wasn't doing
this
enough
thing was
damage.
beating you up. This is like the
Oh.
terrible cave one.
Is there a different one
Yeah.
that has like two swords?
Yeah, that's the one we already ranked. That's the one that has the Game of Thrones sword.
Yeah, those things. That one's the one I have to fight. That one I think I
Alright.
already killed. But yeah, those things fucking suck.
So, Sir Gideon Ofnir, huh? Where do you rank this guy? His fight...
How many spells did you have when you fought him?
Oh, all of them. He did all of them.
Okay, I was.
Which made the
Okay, I
fight
was
better
gonna
in my opinion, but I also still just annihilated him. Like, I was like, oh, you can do all
I
that
went
stuff
there
too.
after the DLC.
I was like, oh, you...
Do anything.
I was like, oh, you can do all these spells and stuff. I was like, wait, that's Moog's move. That's pretty cool. And then I just went over there, just just annihilate it.
Yeah.
I think the concept and the idea of it is cooler than the execution. I think that's what happened here.
He's such a cool-looking character.
It's
and
cool
just
that
like, yeah.
he's stalked you this whole time, watching you take down all these gods, and he's also studied their spells and stuff, so he can do it. So he can kind of become like the Ben 10 of fucking of a semi-final boss. But he just doesn't actually have the power in execution. And, you know, I don't know if they meant for him to
He
be
was
there as like an
cool.
actual challenge or not. But yeah, at the end of the day,
I think
his
he meant to
armor
be.
cool and he himself kind of has some interesting stuff to him, but
You ever play Mega Man and you beat all the bosses, and then you do the second round of bosses, and then you go to the Wily Castles? He is the Wily Castle. You already know all the moves
exactly.
and all his shit that you do, so you walk through it a good waving goodbye. I like it because I went to him after the DLC, and he was doing fucking whatchamacallits moves, the dragon moves from the
Yeah,
DLC
he
and
was.
shit.
Oh, really? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, he does everything. He does and all my dragon breath bullshit, which is kind of actually kind of hard to go against. It was cool. It was cool. I'll give him not.
I'll give him style points for that.
I'll
I
put
didn't know
him.
he can also learn other people from DLC's moves. Oh,
I'd put
well,
him. He knows everything. I'd put him next to Blackblade Kindred just because, and he's also guy with sword, not just big goofy ridiculous thing. I like fighting guy with sword.
He gets style
okay.
points more than anything, to be honest.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
that's
fighting guy
exactly
with
why I'd
sword,
put him
even though
at
he's just
C.
an invader.
Yep, that's why I rank him at C. He's interesting enough to be better than these guys, but he's definitely not up here with gods alike. Soldier of Godric. Let me go ahead and do something real quick.
Oh yeah, he gets his own. That's for
yeah.
sure.
Oop. That's not what I meant to do. Let me just
Add row below.
just change that back real quick. Oh, no. What color was it?
Oh, we getting a
Was it this
smoky
one?
sexy, smoking
No.
sexy style.
There we go. God. Because this is the God Rick. So, see?
You're giving
God
him the
Rick.
Who is
treatment,
that?
I see.
It's God
Soldier
Rick,
of
dude.
Godric?
It's God Rick,
It's
dude.
Who is
Don't
that?
worry about it. He's somebody who
Soldier of
held back.
Godric.
Don't worry about looking up the fight or anything like that. He's a god. That's why it's in his
What
name.
is that?
Listen, do we really have
Isn't that just one
everyone?
of the?
It doesn't
What is
matter.
it?
Don't. It doesn't matter. Everyone
Okay,
in the
whatever.
comment section will
Whatever.
agree that he belongs in God's section because God's in his name. Okay? Simple as that.
What about all the other gods?
Hardest boss in the game
They're,
right there.
they're different. This is Rick. Godfrey.
Okay,
Come
Godric.
on. That's not even really a name. It just sounds like a laundry detergent. You know?
All right, you Elden guys.
Anyways, spirit collar snail. I don't even know how this technically should count
I hate those things. They
'Cause
shouldn't
this-
count, but I hate those things.
because you've put the Godskin noble right here that the spirit collar calls. So unless this is a different
Okay,
one that
then
has
yeah,
like
he
a,
deserves it.
but yeah, I don't. There's nothing to
They're
do
just
there.
annoying more than anything.
Fighting
That's all I
that
was
is
looking,
like
I'm
the
what
first
fuck is
part
that
of the
fucking
Renala fight.
testicle? Okay, I don't know. I don't
All right,
know.
the reindeer, the horse antlers, moose thing.
Pretty fight. You feel bad after killing it. I don't know why
Yeah.
we didn't kill it.
Yeah, you feel bad after killing it, all right. So I'm gonna put it in like D tier because it's just a horse. A BS horse if you're not strong enough and it just decides to get all of its health back because of the damn animal house being around you, all the ghost pigs and deer and goats and shit. But anyways, I digress. Renala, Queen of the Full Moon. Phase 1, garbage. Phase 2, actually kind of fun. Unfortunately, this
You
You know
isn't
what
the
works
real
really good on her
Queen they're
phase
fighting.
one? A giant breath. A giant rot breath that does sagging damage does great for those types of bosses.
I feel like phase 1 is just testing your speedrun ability. But phase 2, where it's actually something of note, unfortunately, she's not the real Renala. She's like a Renala defense system ghost or whatever the magic spell Ronnie put on, but I think she's more. Oh, this Renala that you fight in the spirit world there? That's not her. That's not actually her. Ronnie, to protect her, because that's her mom, decided to put like a emergency like ghost fight where you're just fighting a spirit of her mom that has like the same abilities. That's why when after the fight's done, that's why she's floating there. No, that's the lady who respects you. That's why she's floating there still alive, because you didn't fight her. You fought like an apparition of her that Ronnie made. Yeah, Ronnie kind of doesn't want her mom to get killed by you.
That fight is always really easy. The first phase was kind of...
It is until you get like a dragon. Or she does the Kamehameha wave while you're just kind of like not ready for it.
Not paying attention.
Yeah, getting hit by that kind of sucks. I think she's more interesting in lore though. So I'll put her up there. I'll put her up there in A unless you guys want to put her down in B. If you don't think she's as interesting as Rykard.
Well, I think she's less interesting than Rykard. Personally, but
yeah, way less interesting.
You know what though? If we're
she'd be better than Moog.
You know what? Hold on a second. We had this whole stipulation about Moog being bad, or at least being B tier, because you have to go get an item. Rykard's kind of in the same boat in that regard. You have to, I mean, you don't have to have the item to win. You can out heal Moog's thing, but you know what? I think we should put him up at A tier.
Rykard's item is in his. Wait, no. I'm gonna
put him back at A.
No, fuck that. I'm slamming my gavel now.
Who gets the easy?
Look, Rykard's item is in his ring, and it makes sense for the reason it's there. Moog's item has nothing to do with this whole thing. If Moog's little chip was down on the floor in the hallway, and with the fact you have to go and talk to some other bullshit all the way back in a place that's unrelated to this bullshit is bullshit, and that's why he's down there in B tier. And Ronaldo should be down there in B tier too.
Alright, okay, if we're gonna go by the same standards, I do agree then. I understand that Moog, yeah, his thing isn't in the same arena. It's tied to a side quest unless you Googled, you really wouldn't know about, or you wouldn't really easily find it or remember it. You kind of have to go out of your way a little bit to even do it. So I do agree.
And you have to go and invade people, which isn't really...
Renala's really just cool by lore. She does have some cool attacks, but at the end of the day, yeah, you're right. Honestly, she's probably not better than Radagon, though. Which is ironic because, you know, those two were married and then he split from her and then, you know, all that other stuff. Royal Knight Loretta.
Radagon and Renala were the same person?
No, Radagon and America. Dude was a he/she. He was a LGBTQ fully committed. He was pre-op and post-op. I don't know how you do it, but you did it.
Yeah. Elden Ring's woke.
Yeah. New title of the video. New description. Can you imagine I put that in my description box?
It's just a picture of that screaming lady. This screaming lady with the short hair. Elden Ring woke? Question mark, exclamation point, exclamation point.
Yeah. I'm gonna put Loretta in C or in D tier because we already have the real version of her, of the Halig tree. This is just ghost her. It's not any different. and knowing that the real one
Yeah.
does more damage and is at a cooler location than this one, I don't know. I don't think she should be on C tier twice, so she needs to be brought down right underneath her form. Now you know what? That's actually perfect.
Yeah, so if it's the same
The
boss,
Royal
this one's
Revenant.
just a preview.
It's literally just a revenant. It's a thing with a bunch of hands and screams at you. And if you heal
I was
yourself,
say, is that the Slappy?
yeah, which honestly is no
fuck, I
better
thought
than
Mr. Slappy in C tier.
C tier.
Yeah, Mr. Slappy.
You want him better than Godric, who literally at least puts a
I want him better.
dragon thing on his arm?
Mr. Slappy?
Yeah, I'm not putting Mr. Slappy in C tier. What is wrong with you? I would rather move the Fire Giant and Godric up to C tier before I ever put the Revenant in anything that's above D tier. What's wrong with you?
Go tell Kareem that Godric is a D tier not Godric, that fucking Mr. Slappy is a D tier boss.
I can, if you have an AoE heal, he knocks himself out for a critical attack. I mean,
What do you
Nice.
mean?
If these guys who had the grafted people who have like arms and
Yeah.
stuff attached to them, if you have like a big healing field and they're about to hit you, if you heal yourself in time, they knock themselves to where the critical state where you can do that, like the parry stab or something. I don't know how to word it to you.
What the fuck?
You didn't know that?
I know what you mean.
Yeah, the riposte.
No. Why would I know that? I don't have heals.
I don't know. You used to watch a lot of Elden Ring YouTube videos. I thought maybe one of them was advice on how to fight certain things, or maybe it came across your timeline. I don't know.
Unless they were talking about bleed, and then I was like, all right, I'm all in.
A rune bear. This is just a really big
What, the one
bear.
from the DLC?
Nope. This is just a really big bear. The bear hugs you one time, maybe. If you're slow.
Oh, that one give you the strokes.
Yeah. I didn't want to word it like that, but yeah. I'll put that at D tier because, again, it's just a bear. That's
Yeah,
big.
because he gives you the D. That's the
Star
D
Scourge
tier. Give you the
Radon.
D.
If any of you have any objection to top of S tier, please let me know. This is the, actually, let's
Over
adjust.
Godfrey? Over Godfrey?
Top of S.
Hold on. Hold on.
What do you mean, hold on?
Hold on. Hold on. Over Godfrey? And
Yes,
Dragon
over
Lord
Godfrey.
Blah, blah, blah.
I think this dude literally holds up the stars with gravity magic. He stops.
They have to be tied. They have to be tied.
Okay, the dude.
All three of them. Godfrey,
Dude-
Mikola, and
The dude had to be
Radon all have to be
nerfed.
tied.
The dude had to be nerfed.
I beat him before he nerfed, so he didn't need to be nerfed. If I could beat him, that means anybody could beat him.
I don't know if that equates. I don't know if that equates. Some people are
And I
just
couldn't even beat
not as good as gamers as you think they are. And I think story-wise, this dude's
I'm not
way.
saying he's not a cool boss.
This dude is way more badass. And you know what? His idol was Godfrey. I'll give you that. That's what made him the person he is. But even his weapons are cooler than Godfrey's weapons. I mean,
I don't know. I guess I'm a sucker for a nice suplex or a nice Azuna drop. So whatever.
I agree with that.
Whatever.
I agree with that. But does Godfrey jump into the sky and come down as a nuclear bomb?
No, he
Do you
turns into
fight
a
him in
JoJo
the
villain and says,
biggest-
Fuck it, we do it in hands. He's
Does your-
fighting a little arena where he stomps around and does fucking fucking air
does-
slides.
Is your arena one of the biggest arenas to fight a boss in? I mean,
But I
that
don't
arena
like the
is
fact that you spend
huge.
5 minutes running forward. What does that mean?
Again, okay, another good point.
What does,
You get to use your horse to get to him, which makes you being on horseback kind of a fun deal at that point. He's also on a horse. You can make it a horse fight. You
The
can also
festival
summon
thing,
you can
I
also
love
summon
that.
15 dudes and jump them, which is really funny to watch.
15? I thought it was only 7.
Okay, I was exaggerating, obviously, Zach. Come on now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Either way,
Well,
you get
look.
the most amount of
I like
summons.
Godfrey because it seemed
There's
like a lot more one-on-one fight.
name any other Dark Souls game where you get to summon more than fucking 2 people. I mean,
Look, the
look,
Radon fight
he
felt
does.
like man versus the boulder, which is an incredible feat. Man versus the boulder is an incredible feat. But Godfrey felt
He
like
is,
man versus the man.
yeah,
You
but
know what I mean?
Radon is
One is
half the reason the
hands,
DLC
and one
exists.
I mean,
I was
guess.
trying
So
to-
is he stronger
I
than
was-
Godfrey? Who's stronger?
I'm pretty sure Radon is stronger than Godfrey. If I had to make a,
Okay,
if I had to
then
make a
we'll
debate,
leave it on that one then. We'll put it
I-
on strike.
you know what? I may be wrong though. There's people who probably comment like, "Oh no, Godfrey beat all of the Placiduacs and he beat everybody." Yeah, but you'd let Radon get to his prime against Godfrey, it'd definitely be a close fight. The only reason Millennia here won in any sort of way is because she goddamn fucking nuclear poisoned everybody. She did a Fallout nuclear bomb and gave everyone ghoul. Alright? Kind of
Radon
cheap if
against-
you
She's
ask
lost
me.
that fight, right? She just lost that fight,
It's alright.
right?
I would call it more of a tie, I guess. He beat her physically, but
alright, you can't call it.
she kind of like left him permanently damaged and essentially a zombie. She turned him
think
into
about
a
it this
zombie.
way.
She limped back to
I'm beating up
Vegeta.
Yeah, she pulled a Vegeta. She just blew herself up. No, you didn't win. I flipped the table over. Like, that's not fair. This is you blew yourself up.
Yeah, I guess technically she won because she got to walk back to her brother and maybe she could have recovered her strength and stamina and all that stuff. Whereas Radon literally just got poisoned to death. But hey, this man, a zombie after death
he
is
wasn't
still hard to kill.
Yeah,
Well-
we'll say. And he was still, well, even as a zombie, he's still managing to hold up the stars or whatever that bullshit is.
Imagine if he wasn't zombified. Remember the trailer where he just started breaking the earth with his slashes? Breaking the very
Wait,
ground?
so
Come on now.
where was the sun? Where were the stars before Radon learned gravity magic?
They were just free falling, man. The comets were hitting Earth or whatever this planet is constantly, having all the astral bugs and stuff, and the what are they called? What are those little the Fellstar beasts and future bug natural borns. Yeah, and eventually he was like, you know what? I don't really mess with that. I hate all these little all these aliens falling to the planet, especially since the Greater Will's an alien, and he figured that out, and he's like, you know what? All these things coming from not from this planet is changing our very way of life. I'm gonna just stop that. Pause. I'm gonna let our planet grow, Yeah. So Radon again is just a badass.
Weird alien shit walking around.
Yeah, and he beat up most of the natural born, like all these fell beasts and things like that. That's why they had a battle of the stars or whatever the hell it was called. Star Wars.
That's why Mikkel
Yeah,
was
the
like,
Star
"Hey, bro,
Wars.
you gotta fight for me. Like, I don't care what happens, but I'm gonna need you." John's
Alright,
like, I just kind of want to chill here and keep the place good. Mikkel's like, "No."
Do you agree though? Is he top of S tier now, or would you still put Godfrey above him?
All right, put Godfrey over Dragon Lord Pasuguleba.
I can do that. All right. Now that we went on our 5-hour rant, like Box said we would, Stone Digger Troll. No. It's just a troll in a cave who probably
yeah,
takes
so
less
it's
physical damage than most of them. Probably that's what the Stone Digger part is, but who
Put
cares?
the fucking boat in the F tier.
Boy.
Guy in a boat?
Yeah,
No.
you know that motherfucker ice skate.
Tree Sentinel?
OF.
I kind of want to put Tree Sentinel in C tier just because of
He actually gets better the more you fight him. Not gonna lie. Like when you're good at the
the
game, he's
one where you
actually
have to
really
fight
fun.
two of them and everything like that is also kind of entertaining. But I think it's just fun that was the first boss. Literally, you just see a boss right there in front of you, that optional to fight, and he always whoops. He whooped everyone's ass at first, and people were like, "Oh, this is this type of game, huh?" And it's once again you're back to, "Oh, okay, yeah, forget this is a Bloodborne, this is a Dark Souls game, this is Champion Gundyr right there." Then you realize like that guy ain't even close to, he ain't nothing. All he is a big health bar. Then you realize, oh shit, there's a lot more.
Yeah.
There's at least 100 other things here, and
Yeah,
he's
like
like
by the time I
in
was
the
in the
middle.
DLC, I was having a ball fighting him.
Yep. Valiant Gargoyle. You guys seem to like the gargoyles more than I do. This is the one where there's like two of them right before you.
Oh, to get into the fucking go to
Yeah.
Mogs.
I think, is this the 2-1? This is either the 2-1 or the one in the snow before you take the lift up. I think it's the one where there's two of them in the same arena, which I don't want to put them any.
It might be.
I don't like any of these. I don't even like the Blackblade Kindred being that far up, but you guys already voted that, so I'd rather put this guy at like D tier. Probably like
Okay.
probably like
I'm okay with
right
that.
here.
It's one of the few bosses I did like by myself.
Again, there's more of it that aren't a boss too that exists, so it's just annoying. Wormface. This is the one in the Fair Missoula, the really huge one. I think, or it's the one in the swamp. But there's two of them that have a big health bar, and the biggest one is in Fair Missoula, which I'd rather go for the stronger one. But either way, D tier. That whole rant was for nothing. It spits worm death at you, and it smacks you with a stick. That is not interesting. That grab is pretty deadly though. That grab will end your whole
Yeah,
lifeline.
so that grab caught me so many times off guard. That grab caught me so many
Yeah,
times
Grab
off
will
guard.
mess you up.
He's got some good tracking on that, but other than that, not that interesting of a fight. So, Abductor Virgins. This shouldn't even be a boss. This is just dumb.
Why
This
is
is the
this
one-
on here?
I
because
don't
there's
think I
a
ever got. Oh wait, that's the one you fight at the bottom of fucking Volcano Manor, not the one that takes you to
Yeah.
Volcano Manor.
yeah, that's
The
exactly
one
what
that
it
took me
is.
to Volcano Manor.
These just suck. I'm sorry, those things suck, and I hate when they grab you because it's really annoying because you have to get up close to them, then you have to dodge them, and then they do all the stupid
Uh,
charging at you, and
And I had
it's,
really low poise.
it's terrible.
When you have really low poise and fight them, it's hell. You get eaten alive. You just pretty much get mangled.
Yep. Alright. Added the Fire Thief. This is the guy who has the supernova ball that you get from one of the jails. He's not anything special. His move is pretty cool that you get from this. Not that it's really practical in use, but it's still kind of fun to watch a little explodey fireball thing that kind of tracks. But other than that, I don't know, he's just an invader.
Yeah, but that's just gonna make brownies.
Alabaster Lord. This is like the
I hate
toughest. This is like the toughest like Onyx person or Gravity person that you can fight. It's in the consecrated snowfield place. He is kind of challenging, but this is where you get like the what the hell is the meteorite move? This is
I don't know.
you
I don't
you
think I ever
get
fought him.
you get like the
Yeah.
max level meteorite move for mages from him. when you beat him. It costs like a crazy amount of mana, and honestly, it is a hit or miss spell. Like obviously, if you're hitting something big and you have enough time to charge it up and actually hit it, it'll do a lot of goddamn damage. But other than that, that's its one practical use. And this guy, there's not much known about the Alabaster Lord Gravity people other than they taught Radon how to use like gravity magic. So, oh, I'd rather put him in C tier at the very least because it's not like
turn out not to be from here.
he can still be a hard fight. So, I'd rather just put him in C. The Black Knife Ringleader. It's a Black Knife enemy. I mean, what are we even talking about here? C tier, D tier, D tier. Black Knives become regular enemies.
That's crazy.
Where's the other one?
Right next to it. It's right next to the Crucible Knight.
You know what? He has a name, so I'll put him up above one. Ancestor Spirit. Might as well just... We'll put the shiny one above the regular one.
Oh, say is
this one is... This is clap on, this is clap off. Ancient Heroes of Zamor. This guy with the Ice Tornado move. He's kind of cool. And he gives you that cool, like, weapon, and I think he gives you the... No, I think you get the spell somewhere else, or the weapon art. I don't know. D tier. Maybe...
Yeah.
Yeah, D tier. At this point, I don't even think it matters. These last... Estelle of the Natural Born and Estelle Stars of Darkness. I think Estelle Natural Born of the Void is the Ronnie one. And this one is like a different boss you can find. Obviously, the Ronnie one is during her mission. And I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of cool. It's like the most unexpected enemy, and you get the coolest little weapons for it. You get one gives you the galactic beat, like the what is it? The little how do you call those things? What weapon is that? The thing with the stick and
One
the
is
balls
a
at the
flail.
end. Flail, thank you. God, I was fucking that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, one gets you the like the little two planet flail things that are kind of cool, and they also do some little explosion damage. The other one, you get the Estelle wings, which are like little blades, but they also have like a little like mini Getsuga Tencho wave. And when you do the attack, and then also every time after that you use the heavy attack, and it actually it consistently like breaks poise pretty well too. I think I'd put this one in...
Estelle's theming is really cool.
I think I'd put this one in like D tier. And I'll put the other one in C tier.
Yeah, that's fine.
I did not see. I didn't even see those ones. I never got to fight those ones. 'Cause I could not figure out how to do.
Oh, dude, they're kind of awesome. Do you remember those? Here's the lore, right? The fell beasts. They eventually evolve into these things. Eventually they go into like a cocoon state where they'll hang upside down from like a ceiling, and those things will launch like rocks at you and stuff. You might have seen those enemies. And then this is them at their full form as these like falling star beasts, or these natural born.
Why do you have to fight it?
Estelle. Why do you? Well, for Ronnie's quest, you have to fight it. I don't know the reason for fighting it other than Radon used to kill these things, and Ronnie probably kept one as like a defense for herself, just in case, you know. More of
Are you trying to kill Ronnie? What's the point of Ronnie's quest line?
No, you're trying to get to her, and you obviously have to prove yourself by beating her like bodyguard here, I guess. And then the other one, I think you just find it as a boss that you can fight, which, you know, they were trying to invade the planet. That's the whole reason. Another reason why Radon stopped all of the stars from falling and all the meteorites hitting the fucking planet, so that these things don't just like become like tremors or something, or like what the hell? What's another alien like movie where they'll fall to Earth and
Is
try to take over?
is that why after you kill Radon, a meteor hits the level, like hits the middle of the map?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And
And
then
does
all the
that
stars
meteor
keep
have
moving around it, around the planet. I don't think that specific
does that
meteor was supposed to be anything. It just unlocks the next way to go to Siofra well. It's more of a
I don't think there was anything to it. Really.
convenience?
yeah, it's more of convenient.
Kinda. Yeah.
I don't know if it actually held Estelle or I don't think it held any of the Estelles here, but yeah, he kept most things from falling to the planet so that there wouldn't be an outbreak of these damn things trying to take over the world, like little like xenomorphs. But yep, that's about it. Here's our list.
Wait, so the fallen star beast, which is like those bull things, get into a cocoon and then turn into Estelle's?
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty cool once you realize that. It's like, oh, okay. They start off as that's why I look. So the falling star beast, right? That'll be like this little bowl thing. Then they gain this full-grown falling star beast where they get that eyeball right there. And then there's those ones that hang upside down where they're just like a big old eyeball with like some pincers. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen those enemies.
I don't think so.
They'll hang
Maybe,
upside
yeah.
down and like they're in like there's like 1 or 2 caves you'll find it in. One when you're doing Ronnie's quest you'll find one, and then the second one will be in Lindell actually in one of the caves. And yeah, you'll see it upside down and it'll have this big eyeball and it'll shoot rocks at you, and it'll have these pincers, and then you'll realize that Estelle has like the big eyeball in the middle of its head, and it's fully evolved from all this. It's like a weird xenomorph cycle kind of thing. Yep, so they thought it
Weird
through.
alien bullshit.
That's what Elden Ring is all
And
about.
For some reason,
Aliens.
Aliens.
and for some reason, Ronnie worships them or something.
Essentially. Well, no. I don't think she worships them. But
I don't think she worships them.
it's just a greater will. The greater will is technically like some sort of cosmic being. At least that's what I think they're trying to say. It's like a cosmic being that sent its will, which its will is just the golden tree and the earth tree, and a way
Magic.
it's just like a way of life, I guess, a way of thinking. It's kind of like when you implant religion into somebody.
I was thinking more of like the will being the magic. So like if you burn down all the trees, there won't be any more magic. So you won't be able to say ubu doobu doobu and shoot a dragon mouth anymore. Shit will just be normal because there's no more will. We just exist.
I guess that's close enough. My audience is gonna think that's weird, but you're not wrong.
I think it's pretty weird. Yeah.
It's a weird way of describing
I think
something that's kind of accurate. So
I mean, I think it's weird that a person gave birth to himself and now has a bunch of magic children with himself. So who's
I
the real
agree.
weirdo?
I agree.
That's
But you know what?
weird, for sure.
That's it, guys. We did all of Elden Ring's main line here. I don't know if we're do the DLC. We might do the DLC. I don't think there's as many bosses. But if you guys are down for it, we can do it. We don't have to do that anytime soon. Next time, I think I'll start working on... I'll definitely do a Dragon Ball tier list of some sort. Might as well get one out of the way. Figured I'd do a video game one before I did a Dragon Ball one. And then we'll go from there. We'll just do tier lists. If you guys want to join, you guys can. once again, Dangelo Johnson. You can find him on YouTube at Dangelo Johnson. Then we also have a cat here who you can find at pet stores, probably outside somewhere. There's a bunch of cats
Yeah,
everywhere
being
that
loud.
exist.
Oh, boot at him.
I don't condone animal violence here. What a terrible way to end my video. Appreciate that. Anyways, follow Dangelo Johnson if you want those really out of pocket comments.
He's throwing boots at cats over here.
Now Rock would do that.
That's kind of messed up. Anyways, yeah, I guess we'll see you all in the next video, and I hope you guys enjoy your day. And feel free to complain about my tier list and how your tier list is totally better than mine.
Sucks.
And show me your list and tell me reasons why you think your list is better than mine. I'd love to have that debate in the comment section.
Alright. Next
Anyways.
tier list is Skittles flavors tier list. Alright.
That's terrible. Obviously, orange is the best one, and obviously M&M's
Purple, you lose.
M&M's the same thing. Blue is the best one out of all of them. So,
Of M&M's?
yep.
I don't know. I like the yellow nut ones.
You know, I'm that guy who thinks they're all good.
But anyways, yep. I hope you guys enjoy your day. Peace out.